So many of you guys jumped right into the game that I decided that I would make a quick start guide for you. I know the controls can be a bit difficult and quirky. To prevent this video from becoming too long, I figured I would only cover the not so obvious bits. I'm also not going to go over the exact buttons for controller. It's just going to be too long if I try to do that. While you can use the mouse, I really don't recommend it, and I won't be going over how to use the mouse effectively. When you first log in, your number pad is going to be used to move your character. The arrow keys will control your camera. I find the default settings to be pretty weird and the music is super loud, so let's open up the menu and mess around with our settings. Press the minus key on the numpad to open the menu, then go to the second page by pressing the arrow key. Navigate down to config. In gameplay, you should be able to adjust the volume settings as well as a few other things. Most importantly, go down to inventory and turn sort on. For some reason, it is off by default. Side note, you also need to go to your menu, select inventory, hit plus, select auto, and then yes. If you don't do that, your items will not stack. Square Enix just really loves Final Fantasy XI players. In your menu, there's also the Windows button. These are the settings that relate to the log windows. You can separate the logs into two different windows, decide how you want them, pick backgrounds, etc. The width is on max by default, so if you want them to sit side by side, you're gonna have to go to the individual window settings to fix that. Now, I personally find the control scheme for keyboard to be really unintuitive, so I immediately go to MISC 2 and change keyboard size to compact keyboard 2. From here on out, I can't really help you with specific buttons if you're not using this scheme. Now go to global and turn the language filter off unless you want every almost swear word to be censored. Let's go outside. Open your menu and look at the map. Depending on your starter area, it's going to look different, but you're looking for Saruta Baruta, Gustaberg, or Ron Fair. It'll be in red, and then you should be able to navigate over there to exit the city. You've escaped. Let's fight a monster. But wait, you don't have a weapon. Go to your menu and select equipment. Here you can view your armor, and you should have the race-specific beginner armor equipped. Go to the main box and equip your onion weapon. I'm a warrior, so I start with a great axe. If you're a mage, you'll also have a scroll in your inventory to teach you your first spell. Mages have to purchase, quest, or otherwise obtain spells in this game, and you won't learn them with leveling up like you do for skills and abilities. Now that you have a weapon, we can start the fight. This game uses tab targeting, and you can just start tapping tab to cycle through enemies. Shift tab will go the opposite way. F8 will target the closest enemy. Hit enter to bring up the mini menu. Here you can choose to attack, but it's smart to always check before attacking. Here we can see this Rarab is an even match with high defense. Honestly, it's gonna mess me up if I try to fight it, so let's disengage. Hilariously, these Mandys are also even matches. I thought they were gonna be lower. They actually are lower. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. Don't go for the Rarabs. Anyway, there's various responses to check, and you probably don't wanna mess with anything that's tough, very tough, or incredibly tough when you're by yourself. The last thing I'll say is that your class will have a 2-hour cooldown ability available from level 1. That's right, a 2-hour cooldown ability. You really only want to use this for emergencies. Anyway, I know this was super basic, but I hope it helps for those who've already jumped in. Have fun.